Monday, June 16th, 2025. Hey, you recognize that building right there? That's our dacha. Where else would I be? I'm on holidays now, so I'm going to the dacha as often as I can. Today is kind of a humid day. The weather forecast for today is rain later on in the evening. So, calm before the storm, like the saying goes. And it's like they say in Russian, tяжко. You could feel it in the air. It's the humidity. So, do I want to work hard? No. Who does? Do I want to get things done? Yeah, that's why I came out here. I want to do something and feel that I'm productive. So I'm going to walk around and try do some light duty stuff, but still stay busy. So come along with me and let's go on a little work journey. Oh, I want to mention one other thing. Usually I say it at the end of my videos, but I'll say it in the beginning. If you like this video and you're watching it, you can pause it and you could write a comment, smash the like button. I've been watching my algorithm and just checking to see who's watching and how many minutes. And that's fine. Everybody has their own free time, and maybe people can't get through, the entire links of the videos, and they probably don't see my last comments, which I always say, smash the like button, leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, and so on. So, I'm saying it in the beginning of the video. Help me out. Help grow my channel. Remember, it's free, doesn't cost anything. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Share the video. Show the people out there, your friends, family, acquaintances, whoever, that life out here in the Russian Far East, it's not that bad, because most of the videos that we get about Russia are usually in the Far West, like 7 time zones away. Moscow, St. Petersburg, Krasnodar, that area. As for the Russian Far East, don't really get too much representation. So that's my job, Canadian living in Russia. So I'm showing everybody what life is like out here through my perspective. All right, let's go do some work. Okay, I found myself a job. What am I gonna do? Well, see all these lines right here? See all this right here? That's part of the drainage. Well, I don't want to leave them like that. So I'm going to plant grass. So I got to water this down, get it nice and moist. And then I got grass seed, from last year. And I'm going to seed it and then cover it up to make sure that the birds don't eat the grass seed. That was a tough lesson. Was it last year? No, year before, 2 years ago. When I was actually doing this section right over here, I would plant the seeds, like I'd throw them down and water everything and thinking, okay, everything is good. Come back the next day and I'm like, where are my seeds? Well, the birds ate them. But I didn't know that until one day, I think it was like the 3rd time that I was doing it. I'm going, gee, my grass seeds are mysteriously disappearing. Maybe the wind is picking them up. I don't know. So one day I threw the grass seed down and I was working doing something else, and all of a sudden this huge swarm of these little birds came in and pick, they started eating all the grass seeds. So hard lesson learned. I'm like, maybe I should cover it up. So now when I do plant the grass seed, I cover it up. And oh, here's Vika. Let's see what she's up to today. Vika, what do you got planned for today?
I just found a new bush with huge huckleberry?
No, huckleberry. Honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
Жимолость.
Big, huge berries like this big. My mom was picking. I just had some for breakfast.
Okay. And they're sweet? They're not bitter?
They're bittersweet.
They're bittersweet. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they should sit there for a couple of days, but my mom
can't
help.
Okay, what else are you going to be doing? Planting, flowers?
Planting. I just checked the tomatoes. A little bit here, a little bit there.
You feel the humidity right now, eh?
I do. I feel like we're in Bali or in the Philippines or somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
that morning, quiet, cloudy morning.
That's what I was saying. Quiet before the storm. Тяжко.
I don't know about storm, but yeah, it's the usual Far Eastern,
Right.
Asian type of a day.
And Babushka Natalia,
Hello.
our QC quality control expert. So you're with us today and wandering around?
Picking up huckleberries,
No, not huckleberries. No, honeysuckles.
honeysuckles. They
Yeah.
are very big, juicy, and already ripe.
Right.
Ripe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I
Well-
will make jam.
You're gonna make jam, and I'm gonna be jamming away over here, planting my grass.
All right.
Right, let's go to work. Let's start watering this down first. Here's this section right here that I'm gonna start working on first, turning it into grass. So I got that old tarp. It's not a tarp, it's more kind of more of like a light fabric. So I'm gonna wet this down, plant the grass, then put that over top and wet it down a little bit more so it'll be moist. And then tonight we're expecting rain. That'll give it the extra rain. And then I can come here tomorrow and also just remove it, give it more water, cover it up, so that probably within a week, at least those seeds will start sprouting, and then I can remove the tarp. All right, let's start watering. I really watered this down pretty good so that the ground is all moist. And this is the grass seed that I'm going to be using. It's called the Gazon Detski. So it should be good. And I'll just throw the grass seed on, and then I will pull that cover over top, lay some bricks down so that it doesn't blow away, and then move on to the next section. There it is, all seeded. And now just I'll pull this over top, and I will also get that wet, make sure that it's moist, and then I'll just put the bricks on the sides so that it doesn't fly away. All right, let's go do it. There it is. I decided to not use the bricks. I'm just using rebar and part of the old greenhouse. These aluminum pieces here, just to weigh it down. And now I'm just gonna add more water onto the fabric, and I'll come back tomorrow and just put more water onto it and just keep making sure that it is wet. But who knows, maybe won't need to put any water on it because the weather forecast is for rain. Anyways, let's water this right now. Okay, the second section done. Watered, seeded, covered up, and have the weight on it so that the tarp doesn't fly away. It's really thin, so definitely have to weigh it down. I don't know if you could see the seeds that are underneath there. So it's all moist, and probably before I leave today, I'll give it another soaking very quickly, and then it'll be nice and moist. The more moisture that we have on here, the better they will sprout. There it is, all seeded, covered up, and got pieces of rebar and aluminum covering the grass so that the birds don't eat it. This section right here, I still got to walk through here, so there's no point in seeding it when I'm going to be walking back and forth. This section over here, well, this is not actually part of the lawn. I don't know, maybe I'll just put a rock in there or something. Just keep walking through here, that's all. So one line fully done, and this right here, and that's about half. I don't have enough of the tarps to cover all that, so it looks like I'm gonna have to wait probably about a week before I can take all this off. And same with that over there, where the old greenhouse used to be, right over there. And then I'll be able to cover this up, and possibly if I finish more of that section, because now take a look at this one long line, well, except for the separation over there. So all that, this and this will easily cover that and this, and probably down there. All right, all done. So light duty, but wow, I feel like, look at this, I feel like I'm in a shower right now. Not really moving around too much, but boy, oh boy, is it humid. Oh, okay, let's find some other work to do. Something that's not going to be too strenuous. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a break. Yeah, I'll take a break, relax, drink some cold water, and then think of something to do. All right, break time. So we have this old shed, and they call it a sarai in Russian, as just like a garden shed. And as I was taking a break, I was sitting up way over there by my shop, and I thought, maybe I should go and check inside the shed. Maybe there's some old tarps or something that I could use to cover up more of that lawn space that I'm trying to create right where the drainage is. So I'm seeding it, and I run out of tarps. So I open the door. Let me show you what I found. This thing is just barely standing. I'm gonna tear it down, but just haven't gotten to it just yet. And whoa, check this out. There's a whole bunch of this. It's perfect. Look at this. So I can actually continue to seed. So I got a whole bunch, and just what I could grab right over there. So I'm gonna go get the wheelbarrow, and I'll load this up, and I'll rummage through there and see if there's any more of this, and then I can continue to seed more of that drainage. All right, let's go get the wheelbarrow. Okay, I got about 10 pieces of this fabric here. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, check this out. The water will be able to go through. There will still be sunlight that will be going through, and the grass will start growing. Yeah, you can almost see right through it. All right, let's go take it over there, and let's continue to seed more lawn. Okay, I laid out the fabric here just to see what areas it'll cover. So this area will be covered, the rest of that line over there, that way, and that way. But I do have a little bit of a void over there, but I still got that one piece that might fit into there, or I might have to put it somewhere over here. So this is the main traffic area. I want to get this growing as soon as possible, so I'll kind of focus on this end, and if needed, then I could do that third line on that side. All right, let's go and start seeding the grass. There it is. Everything is all covered up, and even down here, which is fine. So those extra pieces that I found in that old shed covered everything. Perfect. I like this. And the reason why I like it is because it puts me a week ahead of schedule. And what I mean by that is this area right here that was not covered up, I'd probably have to wait a week for that other grass to start growing before I could use the fabric to cover this area up. But because we found some more fabric, voila, check that out. That's pretty cool. It's all covered up. And next week then, I'm gonna start down this way. So I got my work cut out for me. I gotta dig all that so I can get ahead, because a lot of this fabric, I mean, if you look at all that, that can cover a lot of the drainage ditch. So there it is. I am so happy, so happy. Wow, that is so cool. All right, now I'm just gonna give it one more dousing of water, a quick run through, make sure everything is wet, and then I'm probably gonna start cleaning up, and time to go home. This grass seeding day is turning out to be really good. Let's turn the camera around. I want to show you something. Look at this new fabric, and I can actually seed this area right over here that I scratched out. So I thought that I'd have to wait a week or two, but no. So this fabric over here actually came from the greenhouse right over there. So Victoria was working away, and she saw that I'm getting all this old fabric and putting it, and she's like, why didn't you get the new one? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, we got a whole bunch in the greenhouse. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that like 2 hours ago? She's like, I don't know. You didn't ask. So, okay. Yeah, partially my mistake. I just didn't think that we had any, and I went looking for all this old material, and as it turns out, we had a whole bunch in the greenhouse. Oh well, that's good. That is already laid down. I'm not gonna take it out and put the new stuff in. So, got a little bit of extra time, and I'm gonna seed this. First, I gotta water it. Then I'm gonna seed it, cover it up, and put the weight down so that the fabric doesn't fly away. Right? Let's go get the water. Okay, I got this area all watered down, so it's all nice and moist in the ground, and I can start seeding. So this should take me a few minutes. I'll just kind of evenly scatter it around and then start covering it up with the fabric. All right, let's start seeding. There it is, all seeded, covered up, and even found some metal around over there. Covered it up so that the wind doesn't pick it up. And Vika, what do you think? Looks pretty good?
Yeah.
In about a week, we'll have grass.
We're gonna have a little forest here.
Not in a week. You know, it's interesting. This fabric right here is nice, new, long pieces, no rips. And yet, I was looking over there. Why didn't you tell me that we had fabric? Because I never
Why
asked.
didn't you ask?
Exactly. Oh, well.
It's in the greenhouse.
Well, it looks like it's starting to rain, and we should get going home.
I need to plant my flowers in it.
Okay. Okay, all cleaned up. Everything put away, wheelbarrow put away. And I'm ready to go home, and it's starting to rain, which I actually like it. Perfect timing. Grass is seeded, and, you know, let it rain, keep the moisture onto the grass seeds, and let them sprout. So that's pretty good. It had to be done sometime. I mean, it was a easy day, even though the humidity is like, I'm in a sauna right now. Look at this, I'm just standing here and I'm still soaking, and that's not from the rain, even though the rain is starting. So yeah, it had to be done, and now, a week from now, hopefully, I'll unravel the fabric, and we'll have nice grass growing, and within 2 weeks, we're gonna be cutting lawn. I mean, that's the plan. All right, I gotta get going, so if you like this video, smash the like button. Leave a comment. I usually reply to all your comments. If you're not a subscriber, it is free to subscribe. Yeah, doesn't cost anything. And oh, ring that little bell so that anytime I post, I usually do 2-3 videos a week. Now that I'm on vacation, I might be posting more. I don't know, we'll see. And that's that. All right, I gotta go. Until next time, take care, and like I always say, paka pakai.